This is Prime Minister Modi addressing the What India Thinks Today Summit. TV9 Network's flagship summit, and Prime Minister Modi yet again delivering his keynote address. A third consecutive keynote summit address. And what an address this has been. Prime Minister Modi talking right from acknowledging TV9 Network's war coverage to what is being seen as how TV9 has given a flagship strong platform that envisions India's growth. At the WITT summit, Prime Minister Modi making it extremely clear that the world is on India's side and India is on India's side. Prime Minister Modi stating it very clearly that the way forward is diplomacy. And in 23 days, India has shown its diplomatic might. Let's listen in.
गल्फ से लेकर ग्लोबल वेस्ट तक, ग्लोबल साउथ से लेकर पड़ोसी देशों तक भारत सभी का ट्रस्टेड पार्टनर है। कुछ लोग पूछते हैं हम किसके साथ हैं, तो उनको मेरा जवाब यही है कि हम भारत के साथ हैं। हम भारत के हितों के साथ हैं, शांति के साथ है, संवाद के साथ है। साथियों, संकट के इसी समय में जब ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन डगमगा रही है, भारत ने डाइवर्सिफिकेशन और रेजिलियंस का मॉडल पेश किया है। एनर्जी हो, फर्टिलाइजर हो या एसेंशियल गुड्स, अपने नागरिकों को कम से कम परेशानी हो, इसके लिए भारत ने निरंतर प्रयास किया है और आज भी कर रहे हैं।
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister Modi at the WITT summit, TV9 Network's flagship summit. And Prime Minister Modi not only just lauding what has been TV9 Network's coverage, but also clearly spelling what is the roadmap for India, not just amid a turbulent time that the world is facing, but also the roadmap for 2047. I'm being joined by my colleague Kabir Naqvi at this point. Kabir, Prime Minister Modi's address, keynote address for the third consecutive time at WITT, TV9 Network's flagship Thought Summit. And Prime Minister Modi laying it threadbare. One, on India's diplomatic might. Two, taking on his political opponents, whether it be Congress or the poll-bound state of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, or whether it be showcasing the transformation in Assam. Prime Minister Modi saying it all.
You're absolutely right, Sneha. The Prime Minister minced no words. The keynote address, the third consecutive keynote address, he's graced these occasions 3 times. He's back on News 9, and you rightly mentioned, the first thing was the West Asian crisis. He spoke about what's happening in the Middle Eastern corridor. He spoke about how that particular choke point and oil disruption is something that India has been able to tackle with resilience. It is of concern. He essentially reiterated what the Prime Minister had said in the Parliament earlier in the day, that we are tackling, we're turning every challenge into a victory, and that only goes on to show the kind of resilience that India has been putting on display. The last 23 days, he says, the Prime Minister said that India has showcased to the rest of the world the real relationship building capacity that India actually has. Right from, Germany, right from the FTAs that we've been signing, and the GCC countries, very specifically, Sneha. He's been in direct conversations with the King of Bahrain, with the top leaders in Saudi Arabia. He's been speaking about the Indian diaspora in Oman, because mind you, so much of Indians that work and contribute to those GDPs of the Gulf nations. So he's rightly pointed out, he said that, we've showcased to the world what kind of real-time relationship building India can actually do, and peace and diplomacy. Just to quote the Prime Minister from that speech at the WITT, the What India Thinks Today Summit, this time around, just minutes ago, he said, when people ask me the question, what side is India on? I say, we're with Bharat. We continue to stand with Bharat. We're with peace and dialogue. We vouch for peace and dialogue. That was the Prime Minister's statement. Of course, there was a bit of humor that the Prime Minister also infused in his speech. He spoke about how the war coverage by TV9 network has been commendable. He spoke about how the Congress's Bayanon ke missile is something that TV9 would be very happy about, because we do really great on war coverage. So he mixed it all up. He spoke about all the poll-bound states as well. You're absolutely right about Mamata Banerjee hitting out at the quote-unquote Nirmam Sarkar, saying all the central schemes, because he quoted the Prime Minister Jan Dhan Yojana, and he said about 25 crore bank accounts were opened under that very scheme. And he, at that point in time, in the same breath, said all those central schemes, they're being pushed back by the Nirmam Sarkar of West Bengal under Mamata Banerjee, and at the same time talking about what kind of laurels and, lauding the efforts of the Assam government under Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. He says, back in the day, you could hear the sound of violence and guns in Assam. Today, semiconductor units are being made. The same goes for Uttar Pradesh. So, it was a great speech. He spoke about all the topics about the West Asian crisis, about the Indian resilience, and of course, all the poll-bound states. Hitting out at Congress was a completely, different chapter. We can talk about that as well, Sneha. But all in all, a complete speech, a 30-minute speech, real short by the Prime Minister's own standards, but he mixed it up real well. And for the third time in a row, the Prime Minister gracing the What India Thinks Today Summit.
Absolutely, Kabir Naqvi. Thank you so much for taking us through all of this. I'm being joined by Major General Rajan Kochhar, who's a defense expert and strategy expert, as well as Adit Kothari, who's a foreign affairs and geopolitical expert. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining us. Very quickly, let's just take first reactions from both of you before we get into just listen to some key excerpts of what Prime Minister Modi has said. Well, first to you at this point, Major General Rajan Kochhar, Prime Minister Modi spelling it out very clear. 23 days, that's all it took for India to show the world its diplomatic muscle.
Thank you. See, I would restrict my comments to the strategic sphere and less on the political sphere.
No, we're completely talking about just the strategic and the diplomacy, sir. I'm not asking you politics at all, because Prime Minister Modi also making it very clear that India is on Bharat's side. And while the world around us is seeing some very tough times, India has managed to walk a very thin diplomatic rope.
It's too early to come to that conclusion.
Okay.
And I, being a military and a strategic expert, I would like to tell you that India has done reasonably well, I would say that, in trying to ensure that our ships are not stuck up in that region. We have been able to manage at least 6 of them to come there, back to the shores, but 22 are still there. So let's take a pragmatic look, and it's not easy times. See, it is not easy for any country, be it India or any other country, to navigate these shores of these wars, because these wars recognize no boundaries. And therefore, I would like to emphasize here is that a lot has been done and a lot has to be done. And let's get that straight, because we are, as Prime Minister Modi has himself said, we are facing tough times. We have to gear up for this tough times. And whatever efforts, diplomacy, dialogue India is actually making, it's commendable. It is because you see, navigating with countries like Iran, Israel, and USA, it's
Right.
not an easy job, because you have to understand that all these countries are at loggerheads with each other, and especially Iran and Israel. And we enjoy a fairly decent diplomatic relationship with Iran as well as Israel. So we have to navigate this entire. Uh, it's a very tight rope balancing. It's not easy in diplomacy and sitting in the contours of our home when we don't have any specific information, and we start commenting on half-baked information. We need to see that how difficult it is for the government of a country where the inputs are available to them. You see on the latest situation on the war, how difficult it is to balance this situation between Iran and Israel as well as the USA. And taking it dispassionately, I would like to commend the government and the Ministry of External Affairs in particular,
Right.
the role they have played, not only in safeguarding the Iranian ships on our shores, but at the same time to ensure that we are we are able to start releasing our ships which are stuck there with the escort of the Indian Navy. Indian Navy is already there. It is right there in the neighborhood of this
Absolutely.
entire region, and we need to commend the valor, the bravery of our sailors and our officers of the Indian Navy who are there in managing this entire, this quagmire, I would say that. And it is to be ensured now, because we have come to a particular stage where we need to ensure that a balance of our ships are also moving in to safe shores. And my last point is, see, I think it is a lesson for all of us to take from this war that we need to build up our reserves within our own country. The production of the LPG has to increase. The storage facility within the country has to increase. It's very easy to pat our backs.
Right.
I mean, you can say a great job done, but a lot to be done. And therefore, I would like to emphasize here on your channel that we need to take that as a lesson in times to come, that we need
All right.
more self-reliant in terms of our energy needs.
Okay, Major General Rajan Kochhar, thank you for your opening remarks. Bit long this time because we have to take in a break. So, Adit Kothari, just allow me a few seconds to take a break, and I'll be right back. On TV9, on News 9, we bring you the headlines that the world is looking at as Prime Minister Modi addressed WITT TV9 Network's flagship summit.